Good afternoon. It is so good to see everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2022 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. It's so great to have everyone back in person with again this year after a 2-year absence where we took this event virtual. My name is David Dellerman. I'm the Vice President of Cox's Operations here for the Gulf Coast Market, and I want to extend a warm welcome to each of you here today as we celebrate the amazing accomplishments of our inspirational student heroes. When our company's founder, Governor James M. Cox, started this company over 120 years ago, he knew he had to take care of those who came behind him. Being a former school teacher himself, Governor Cox pledged to give back to students in the communities we serve and make sure they have the tools necessary to receive a quality education. Fast forward to today, and you'll see the Cox family living that same pledge. Today's students are tomorrow's future. In this room, we have future community leaders, doctors, lawyers, teachers, electricians, maybe even a superintendent of schools. Sometimes, though, kids, just like adults, hit obstacles in our lives. Today, we'll recognize 53 students from across Escambia County who not just hit an obstacle, but overcame those obstacles while still maintaining a positive attitude. These heroes have endured unthinkable challenges in life, yet they come to school each day with their heads up and smiles on their faces, inspiring those around them. It's a privilege for all of us at Cox to honor these students. We started this program in New Orleans almost 30 years ago, and today we honor heroes all across the Southeast. The 53 students we recognize today will join an elite list of Cox heroes who continue to inspire the people they encounter. Their positive attitudes they display on a daily basis provide a little extra sunshine to those around them. Today, we turn the spotlight on them. On behalf of all of our Cox employees locally, thank you for taking time to join us for this celebration, and congratulations to each of our heroes. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Cam Johnson, our Manager of Government and Public Affairs.
Thank you, David, and thank you to everyone for being here today. As David said, it has been a long 2 years since we've been able to be together in this room to recognize these kids, and we wanted to make sure during the pandemic we still got to do it when we went virtual and did the show online, but it just didn't have the same feel as being here together, so we can recognize all their accomplishments. So thank you all so much for being here. I'd also like to thank the Escambia County School District for their partnership in this great program. Obviously, we can't do it without the help of the school district and without the help of Superintendent Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, I'd like to invite you to the stage to say a few words.
Well, thank you all for being here today. We are so thankful for our partnership with Cox and the work that's been done here, sponsoring this award, hosting this award ceremony. To Cox, we thank you. We are greatly appreciative. I want to just thank our principals, our teachers who work so hard in our schools. Thank you all for being here today. I want to thank our parents. Parents, you do a remarkable job in raising your young people, and we are thankful you are a part of our school district. And I also want to thank our board members who will be introduced here momentarily, but we are fortunate to have a stellar school board, and I thank them for all that they do. Students, we are proud of you. These are not easy awards to receive or earn. What you have done has been stellar. And students, how you received this award, always remember being determined, persevering, putting one foot in front of the other, just keep going forward and doing your best leads to so many good things. Many opportunities come forth from that type of perseverance and hard work. And I wish you the very best in your extremely exciting futures. So with that, I hope you really have a feeling of being pleased about this extremely special award that you have so rightly earned. Thank you, and I congratulate our stellar students.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Smith. And as he mentioned, we do have several members of the school board here with us and some other dignitaries. So please hold your applause until after I introduce them all. But joining us from the school board are Kevin Adams, Paul Fetzko, Patty Hightower, and Bill Slayton. Thank you all so much for being here today. We also have a great champion of this program and somebody that's been with us for a long time. State Representative Michelle Salzman is here. And also joining us is Robert Bender, a member of the Escambia County Commission, Board of County Commissioners. And he's going to come up and share a proclamation with us. This is something new. We've never had this great partnership, so we thank him for this. So he's going to share a proclamation that's going to be voted on by the by the county commissioners, I believe this Thursday. Thank you, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me, and really congratulations to everyone here. I'm going to read the proclamation, and then I'll make a couple comments. So, Escambia County Proclamation. Whereas the Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards program began 29 years ago in New Orleans, Louisiana, and has spread to other Cox Communication markets in the Southeast region. To date, Cox Communications has recognized over 4,500 students from Lafayette, Louisiana to Gainesville, Florida. And whereas on Monday, May 2nd, 2022, Cox Communications honored a record 53 students in Escambia County. These students were chosen by a committee of leaders at their school due to their resilience in the face of adversity. These students have overcome the loss of a family member, a medical issue, a difficult family situation, or a similar hardship, and they did so with a smile on their face. And whereas these students may not be their class valedictorian or a star athlete, but they inspired others by overcoming extreme hardships and leading by example. And whereas during this event, the students will be introduced by a representative from their school who informed those in attendance why the student was selected as a Cox Communications Inspirational Student Hero. And whereas, this is the good part for you guys, Cox Communication will be proud to present each inspirational student hero with a personalized, engraved medallion along with a certificate of honor. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Escambia County, Florida hereby recognizes Cox Communications for honoring 53 Escambia County Inspirational Student Heroes. Board of County Commissioners, Escambia County, Florida, Jeff Bergosh, Chairman, District 1, Douglas Underhill, Vice Chairman, District 2, Lumen J. May, District 3, Robert Bender, District 4, Stephen Berry, District 5. So first of all, congratulations for everyone being here. I know these last few years, we've all been through a lot, and I have some young school-aged children, and I want to say everyone who's here getting an award tonight, you're getting this probably because other students in your class, you've done something that stood out to them, you've been inspirational to them, and not only have you overcome something and what you've been able to accomplish, but hopefully you've shared that with and showed other students in your class how to do it. And not only that, but as being children. It's like I said, we've all been through a lot, especially these last 2 years since we were up here last camp, and so I think it should. Hopefully, you all really realize how important this is that you've been selected for standing above and beyond that. So. Really, congratulations, and thank you for everything.
All right, so let's get ready to recognize these kids. Let's get ready to celebrate them and all of their accomplishments that they've had over these past several years. Our first hero is Alison Grant from Burnville Elementary School, and she will be introduced by her teacher, Candace Thornton.
Alison Grant has been a student at Burnville Elementary since kindergarten. She's always been an exemplary honor roll student, a strong leader, and a great encourager. Her peers have always admired her for her humbleness, loyalty, kindness, and honesty. On January 19, 2022, Alison, along with her daddy, two sisters were involved in a horrific head-on collision. Thankfully, all four of their lives were spared that night. However, their bodies have sustained many injuries that they are still seeking treatment and healing from today. As of this moment, Alison has had 2 extensive spinal surgeries, over 7 abdominal surgeries, and an optical surgery. She's worked extremely hard after each surgery to heal as quickly as possible, following strict orders and doing as told, always being that model patient. There have been numerous days that no matter how hard she's worked to improve, she would be faced with more adversity. Every time doctors felt like she was on the road to recovery, unexpected emergencies would appear. Her progress would relapse, and then she'd be back to square one. However, throughout this entire process, she has been a warrior. Her smile is intact and is always shining bright. She's still been the encourager to her younger sister, who was also injured pretty badly, and has somehow remained within the top 5% of her class academically. Alison is an inspiration to us all. Her faith has allowed us to stay positive in circumstances in which a lot of people would have given up. Her perseverance has proven that no matter what challenges one may face, goals can be reached and dreams can be followed. Burnville Elementary is so proud to have Alison Grant represent us as our Cox hero.
Our next hero is Amyra Barge from Oakcrest Elementary, and she will be introduced by Sarah Rapp.
Amyra Barge is the kind of student that when you look out at the classroom and other people are distracted and not doing what they should be doing, she is always doing it. And despite hardship and challenge, she comes in every day with a smile. That smile. And this girl just does not give up. She should be a case study in Angela Duckworth's book because she has true grit and perseverance. Thank you.
Jenny Sistrunk from NB Cook will tell us why they selected Ava Green as their hero.
The Cox Inspirational Hero Award recognizes students who have overcome great obstacles or challenges in their personal life. The NB Cook 5th grade teachers have had the honor and privilege of selecting one student that exemplifies these characteristics. The student that we have chosen this year to be Cook's hero is Ava Green. Ava has overcome many challenges in her life and still demonstrates a positive attitude. She's overcome academic challenges and always works hard and strives to do her best. In addition to academic challenges, Ava lost her mother at a young age, and she was adopted by her maternal grandparents. Through her grief, she demonstrated resilience and continued to remain a positive and outgoing person. She is compassionate and caring toward others. This year, we have seen her excel and her confidence grow. Her group placed first in history fair for her class. She's made AB honor roll, and she's developed a love of books. We are thrilled and honored to present Ava with this award.
Austin Jackson is the hero from Brown Barge Middle School, and Jason Perkins will tell us why.
Austin's positive spirit permeates every room he enters and every hallway he travels. His infectious vibe is loved by all. His leadership shines through exemplary academic success and willingness to work hard no matter what. He embodies what it means to be the ideal student at Brown Barge Middle School, and Brown Barge is honored to call Austin Jackson our 2022 Cox hero.
Ransom Middle School names Bryce Yakumi their hero, and here's guidance counselor Sarah Bonner to tell us what makes him a hero.
When teachers were asked to submit a name for Ransom Middle School's Cox Inspirational Hero Award, the response was an overwhelming one for our nominee, Bryce Yakumi. One teacher described him as the first person in the classroom each morning who always comes in with a great attitude. He is very conscientious and he always stays on top of all of his assignments for the class. Another teacher wrote that he is an enthusiastic student and he goes beyond what is required to thoughtfully complete each day's lesson. He even searches for additional information on topics and is excited to share what he has learned. How many students do you know that do that? He loves to read and is passionate about the subject matter, especially superheroes. We will not talk about that today. We'll be here all night. When he gets a new book and has finished reading, he is delighted to share the adventures contained within. Bryce is also described as a positive, hardworking student who strives for excellence in everything that he does. Despite having some challenges, he shows resiliency and a positive energy on campus. He demonstrates good citizenship, focus, and courage. His perseverance is evident in his work ethic and his commitment to always completing assignments and being a model student. His dedication is appreciated and definitely sets him apart. It is no wonder that his nomination for this recognition is so widely received. We at Ransom appreciate Bryce and are happy to recognize him as the Cox Inspirational Hero for our school.
Rafaela Harris from Longleaf is now here to introduce us to Bryn Reber.
Bryn is an exceptional student who works intrinsically. She never complains and never gives up, no matter what she is faced with. Bryn has had to overcome hurdles in her personal, social, and academic life in the past year. Yet every day she comes to class with a smile and positive attitude and a willingness to learn. Bryn is brave enough to ask for help when she needs it and compassionate enough to help others when they need it. I chose Bryn for this honor because she is inspiring, determined, and a genuine role model for everyone.
Cayman Nantista from Helen Caro is next to the stage and will be introduced by Courtney Arnell.
Cayman Nantista is one of the most deserving students for the Cox Inspirational Student Hero Award. Cayman transferred to Helen Caro midway through our school year. Prior to attending Helen Caro, Cayman had already attended 2 other elementary schools in our district. Due to a home life that was unstable, she faced not only having to try to attend school when possible, but also to help in caring for her younger siblings. Cayman had a lot of obstacles in her way, and it made it very difficult for her to be successful in school. But after circumstances out of her control, Cayman relocated to our school and she joined our class. She came into my class as a shy and guarded girl, unsure of where she fit in. However, Cayman was determined to make a change for the better. Each and every day she has come to school. I think she's only missed 2 days of school for being sick, so that's impressive. Cayman has had to work hard to fill gaps from where she was missing instruction. When she started our class, she was below grade level, and she has worked her way up to be right on grade level with her peers in reading and above grade level in math. So it's super impressive. She's also holding an AB average, which I really admire for her with all of her hard work. For a child who's faced so many hardships in her short life, Cayman could have easily given up and not been successful. However, she did the opposite. She worked hard to improve her knowledge and apply herself in the classroom. She always has a smile on her face. She will always offer to help her classmates whenever she's asked, and she is such a pleasure to have in class. She's an inspiration to me. I'm constantly amazed by her caring heart, funny personality, and the all-around amazing person that she is. Cayman is a hero.
Northview High School's Chevy Bingham will now be introduced by Raja Atala.
Well, good afternoon. It is my privilege to introduce Chevy Bingham for the Cox Hero Award. Chevy is a junior at Northview High School who is an early graduate, graduating this month, while working 30 to 40 hours a week at Sonic and maintaining a GPA, unweighted GPA of above 3.6. From these details, it is easy to realize that Chevy has an excellent work ethic. He diligently strives to excel. What we don't know from these details is all that he has had to overcome and still achieve these excellent results. Chevy became homeless for a couple of years. He experienced hunger and know what it is like to lack what most of us take for granted, shelter and food. His time as homeless with his mom was spent in tents, occasional hotel rooms, and family homes. Despite these hardships, Chevy maintained a great academic record and a strong work ethic. Chevy is also involved at his church and his community. His English teacher, Ms. Vicky Backett, said the following about him: "I have overheard him bragging on and encouraging others. I have never been around him that he didn't smile and say something polite to me or to his classmates, and I have never ever heard him complain." Chevy has already been accepted at Coastal Alabama to study mechanical engineering. When he finishes there, he will continue with his degree at the University of South Alabama. So Chevy, congratulations, you deserve this award.
Christian Thunderberg is the hero from Brentwood Elementary and will be introduced by Aubrey Brown.
Good evening. I just want to tell you a little bit about Christian. I had Christian last year. He was in my classroom last year, and unfortunately something happened during the Christmas break, and Christian could not return back to school. He ended up being diagnosed with leukemia. But Christian is a fighter. I visit Christian in the hospital, and every time I saw Christian, he always had a big smile on his face. And I'm so proud and so happy that I got a chance to see Christian again this school year. And he's a really wonderful boy, and I can tell that he's still fighting. He still go to get his chemo, but every day I see Christian, he always come with a smile on his face. This is a little boy that is a fighter, and I'm so honored to have him in my class, and I'm also very honored to just say congratulations for him to receiving the Cox Award.
Bellevue Middle School's principal, Tara Policiano, I hope I was relatively close, will now introduce Cornell Hewitt.
Good evening. Cornell's teachers have such high praise for him. All of his teachers have such wonderful compliments. Cornell is praised for being one of my hardest working students, one of his teachers have said. And he has nearly perfect attendance. Cornell arrives each day on time and ready to work. He works diligently in class the entire time and is very respectful to his teachers and his peers. Despite struggling in his learning, Cornell has shown consistent academic improvement since last year, and he never complains. Cornell cares not just about learning information for a day, but on building his knowledge every day. Rather than make excuses, he works extremely hard to succeed in his endeavors. Despite having a learning disability, Cornell has managed to achieve passing grades in every class with almost a 3.0 GPA. Cornell knows what he needs to do to be successful at school, and he consciously makes efforts to do those things. He enthusiastically approaches his schoolwork, immediately getting started upon entering the classroom. He loves to help in class, and he always asks questions and seeks clarification on anything he does not understand. Cornell also does his best no matter how difficult the subject matter. He works well with the people around him, and he shows wisdom beyond his years. He never gets discouraged, and he never feels like he cannot do what other people are able to. Cornell's teachers also praise him for how much he has grown in interacting with others. In the 6th grade, Cornell was very quiet and many times seemed to feel anxious about interacting with his teachers and his peers. Now, every day, Cornell goes out of his way to find his teachers, shake their hands, and ask them how they are doing. One of his teachers even commented that, quote, Cornell is one of the most caring human beings I've ever encountered in the school system, end quote. Cornell stands as an example of an excellent student who does not back down from reaching his goals in education and moving forward with positivity and hope for a bright and fulfilling future.
Dalen Grace from Beulah Elementary will now be introduced by Sarah Smith.
Dalen came to Beulah Elementary this past December and has quickly become part of our Beulah family. His fun and witty personality allowed him to quickly make friends within our classroom and other classes in 5th grade. He loves playing kickball at recess and can be found cheering on the others while we play. He is cooperative, fun-loving, honest, and is always aiming to please. Dalen has made so many gains in his short time at Beulah, and he oftentimes tells me how much he enjoys school now. Every day I ask my students to tell me their best part of the day. While most kids will always say recess and PE, Dalen will say reading or science. Dalen's school experiences haven't always been this positive. He has made many improvements in his behavior since coming to Beulah. He uses the strategies taught to him every day to help push through tough situations. He holds himself accountable and is honest when being asked a question. It's not always easy to change the way we think and react to situations. It takes a lot of practice, determination, and patience from everyone involved. I'm so proud of Dalen's determination and willingness to face these challenges head on. I consider myself lucky to have had the opportunity to know him and watch him grow, even if it was for such a short period of time. Congratulations, Dalen.
Tate High School's Dawson Guy will now be introduced by Principal Laura Touchstone.
At Tate High School, when you ask a faculty member who they believe is an inspirational student hero, Dawson Guy is the student that comes to mind. As a student with an orthopedic impairment, he is not defined by his disability, but by his character. He lives his life like anyone else sitting in this room here today. This young man has not only inspired the students at Tate High School, but also anyone who comes in contact with him. He inspires us daily by reminding us to live life limitless. He is a person who knows no obstacles, even when life gets hard. He has a magnetic personality and can light up any room. He inspires his peers by motivating them to overcome daily challenges in and outside of the classroom. Throughout high school, he has participated in multiple school-wide activities while also giving back to his community. He is heavily involved in the Future Farmers of America, which has made a positive difference in his life and the lives of others. He has shown the student body that you can do anything that you set your mind to do. Throughout Tate High School, he is an inspirational leader who challenges the student body to know their worth, grow beyond their expectation, and to achieve anything that they once thought was impossible. Dawson Guy embodies the words inspirational hero, and it's only fitting that he accept this award here today.
Eli Miller is our next hero. Molino Park Elementary's Shauna McNair tells us why.
Eli Miller is an exceptional young man. He has a genuine, kind heart and is an inspiration for all others around him. He always sees the best in people. He strives to help others, not only academically, but also socially. New students to Molino Park never have to worry about finding a friend as long as Eli is a student. He goes above and beyond to ensure that everyone feels welcomed in our classroom and at our school. Eli has faced more barriers in his short life than what some will experience in a lifetime. Eli's journey may have started in foster care before he was adopted by his forever family, but he has not let the circumstances of the past define him. Despite these barriers, he is a very successful student with a bright future ahead of him. He is proof that kindness, determination, and hard work pays off. He has maintained AB honor roll all year. His braveness, courage, and faith in God has allowed him to handle any obstacle life has thrown in his way. Eli is a remarkable young man, and we are so proud to have him as Molino Park's Cox hero.
Emilyn Young is the hero from Lipscomb, and Rachel Drool will share her story.
RC Lipscomb Elementary is proud to nominate Emilyn Young for our Inspirational Student Hero Award. At the beginning of her third grade year, Emilyn came to Lipscomb Elementary from an out-of-district school. Having to face the trials of family illness, Emilyn continues to strive to be her best self. She, along with the guidance of her loving father, has walked an incredible journey in order to stand here on this day. In the face of many personal and academic obstacles, this bright, beautiful girl always comes to school with a big smile. Even though she continues to overcome each hurdle in her path, which would cause frustration in most students, Emilyn perseveres daily and continues to strive to meet her goals. She has taken upon herself to learn the German language. In fact, she has a lifelong dream to move to Germany someday. Because of Emilyn's drive to succeed and her strong work ethic, she continues to make academic gains. Her goal is to make the AB honor roll by the end of the school year. As a direct result of the support system and positive atmosphere while at school and at home, Emilyn has learned to openly and positively express her thoughts and feelings. At only 10 years old, she shows great maturity and strength that exceeds the expectations of students in her grade level. Lipscomb Elementary is proud of Emilyn's strive for excellence, and we can't wait to see what her future holds.
Erica Minshew and Kelly Bond from Kingsfield Elementary will now introduce us to their hero, Enrico Middleton.
Let me introduce you to a true hero, Enrico Middleton. A child who has faced a lot of challenges and adversities in his education thus far, but has shown perseverance through all of it. After going through a life-threatening situation at home, the student and his siblings were relocated and their home lives were altered drastically. In addition to this, the student was identified as a student on the autism spectrum disorder, which comes with challenges of its own. Through all of this, he manages to regulate his positive attitude despite these adversities.
One of our favorite things about Enrico is his kindness and watching him always encouraging others to do the right thing. Do not sit by him if you want to break the rules, because he will surely call you out. This inspirational student hero works hard, loves math, and leads by example. Ladies and gentlemen, Kingsfield Elementary is so proud to recognize Enrico Middleton as our Cox Inspirational Student Hero.
Eric Moody from Blue Angels Elementary will now be introduced by Annie Carter and Christy Antoine.
Blue Angels Elementary is proud to select Eric Moody as our Cox hero. At a very young age, Eric was diagnosed with autism. He has been in school since the age of 3, receiving intense instruction and therapies. Due to clenching his hands in a fist without releasing for a lengthy time, Eric developed muscle atrophy in his hands. Once he could release his hands, he had to have therapy to develop the strength back into his hands and fingers again. In addition, Eric is part of a military family and has had to cope with 3 deployments where his father was absent. Eric has been in a full-time ESE classes since pre-K until recently. He joined my ESE classroom for a year. With hard work and determination, Eric made over 3 years gain in his academics. He went from performing below grade level to above grade level. For the 2021 to 2022 school year, Eric has been in a general education class setting for all of his academics with little support needed. As a 4th grader, he is now reading and comprehending at a 7th grade level. Eric is well known on our campus for his drawings and for designing puppets. He is a self-taught artist who now socializes with peers, raises his hand confidently when he has a question, and does not hesitate to try new things. Eric has overcome many adversities over the years, and he continues to amaze us with his drive to persevere.
Hillary Byers from the Pace Center for Girls will now introduce us to their hero, Ursula Ross.
Your form says Ursula, but we know her better as Royalty, and it's a name that fits her well. She has exhibited astounding work while being at Pace Center for Girls, and she's worked diligently to overcome her academic goals. She's done this by working very closely with the staff, and she's on her way to graduating from Pace. She's worked through many family adversities that could have set her back, but instead she's worked to understand her role in all of those adversities and expectations to help her embrace the support being provided to her. Royalty has overcome many battles in her personal life, and these battles could have put her in a dark place. But instead, she's been encouraging and she's found the support that she's needed. Royalty has done all of this with a huge smile and a positive demeanor. She's become an example of what girls can overcome and achieve when they have the needed support and the drive. Royalty has taken all this negative and she's turned it into success. And Pace couldn't be prouder to have a magnificent person as our Cox hero.
Gabriel Dunsford from Bratt Elementary is our next hero, and Principal Amy McCrory will tell us why.
Gabe is a student who has persevered and continued to grow through many personal challenges. He has the support of his extended family and his school family in striving to become the very best student and friend he can be. He has continually worked to develop his work ethic and social skills. As each year passes, his teachers are thrilled to see the young man he is becoming. Gabe is a great student and friend. His teachers recall how he has made outstanding progress in writing and reading skills. He has grown into a diligent student working to do his best on his class assignments. He has also made tremendous growth in his social skills. He is now quick to give a smile and a morning greeting to his teachers and friends. We are so very proud of you, Gabe.
Gavin Lee is the elementary level student from Hope Horizon. Donna Perry will share his story.
Gavin arrived at Hope Horizon in September of 2019 as a 2nd grade student. Since then, he has shown improvement in many areas, both academically and behaviorally. Gavin has matured in his understanding of the importance of his education, which has resulted in a much improved attendance rate, as well as a passion for reading. Gavin has significantly improved in all academic areas, earning himself the recognition of making honor roll for Q3 this year. Gavin serves as a wonderful role model for other students as he continues to earn high privileges by demonstrating positive behavior and a strong willingness to learn. Throughout this year, he has learned to build trusting relationships with several staff members in this environment. This has resulted in a tremendous improvement in his de-escalation skills when tough situations arise. Throughout the day, Gavin presents as an overall happy student who is always there to encourage and help others. And these are the reasons he has been selected as Hope Horizons Elementary Cox Hero.
Pleasant Grove Elementary named Jaden Lewis their hero. Susan Taparow tells us why.
Pleasant Grove Elementary is proud to present Jaden Lewis as our Cox Hero. This is Jaden's first year at Pleasant Grove, but we knew his story of perseverance long before he joined us. He is a kind and loving student. His behavior in class and outside of the classroom is impeccable. He currently has an A in citizenship. He is a big brother who looks out for the well-being of his younger siblings, who also have challenges that they too are overcoming. When Jaden came to the Grove, he was in 3rd grade. His 3rd grade teachers and the 4th grade team came together to discuss what would be best for Jaden's future. In order to narrow the gaps in his learning, the team decided that he needed to be promoted to the 4th grade to solidify his future possibilities. Since being in 4th grade, Jaden now completes math homework and has a C+ average in math. Although Jaden is more mature than the other students in the class, he uses his strength to help his teacher get out of the chair due to an injury to her knee, and he uses his strength to intervene in any conflict his peers may have. Everyone respects his will to serve and help others, teachers and fellow classmates. Jaden is still working on academic areas that he still has challenges with. However, we at the Grove know that he has the character to be an awesome citizen of the world because he is honest, caring, and persistent. We are honored to present Jaden Lewis as our Cox Inspirational Hero.
Scenic Heights Principal Shelley Cox will now introduce us to their hero, Jamarion Hauser.
Jamarion Hauser is a kindergartner at Scenic Heights Elementary School and has not only made an impact on his classmates, he has also personally touched the lives and hearts of his teachers as well as the staff at Scenic Heights. His spirit and infectious smile when Lightning McQueen or Scooby-Doo are mentioned are heartwarming.
That's right.
After a noticeable decline, Jamarion was diagnosed in January with CLN1, a rare type of Batten disease. Throughout his first year, Jamarion has come to school as much as he could. He loves being around students and teachers and loves being part of the class. Jamarion proves to us that each day is not only a great day, but it's a gift that should be treasured. Scenic Heights is honored to have Jamarion Hauser as our inspirational student hero.
Jason Lee is this year's hero from Pine Forest High School, and Deborah Ray will share his story.
Good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Deborah Ray, proud and privileged principal of Pine Forest High School. Jason's not here with us today, but this is his mother, Mrs. Lee. This is the busiest time of year for all high schools, but this particular award always brings my focus to the reminder that this is why I do what I do. Mr. Jason Lee is a bright spot in our school. He spends a good fraction in a self-contained setting, but this year he has been included in our art classroom. His art teacher, Mrs. Best, wrote his letter of recommendation, and she made the following heartfelt remarks. Teaching Jason has renewed my passion for art making. To see him so excited about materials and trying new techniques continually reminds me of why I love teaching art. When Jason arrived at Pine Forest High School 3 years ago, he was not open to trying a lot of activities within the school. He was a nonverbal student that struggled with expressing his passions. Art has allowed him to feel comfortable, to free himself, to explore a love that he may not have known was even there. He has shined in a whole new way that has helped him socially and emotionally. His independence is growing and changing every day, and we are so lucky to watch him blossom. I am proud to announce that Jason will be graduated in a few weeks and moving forward to our district extended program. We have no doubt that he will continue to flourish as he has made a lasting impression in our school and in our hearts. We are so proud of Jason and delighted to have him represent our school.
West Pensacola Elementary support coach Brittany Linton will now introduce us to their hero, Jeremiah Stevens.
Jeremiah Stevens is a student who has displayed resilience in the face of adversity. He has many great qualities that make him so special to us. Teachers and school staff have described him as caring, loving, helpful, and intelligent. Jeremiah is always smiling and has a wonderful sense of humor. He is hardworking and strives for excellence in academics. It has given us great satisfaction to see the growth that Jeremiah has made with behavior challenges, his ability to handle tough emotions and difficult situations. I am grateful to know Jeremiah and proud to call him a West Pensacola Roadrunner as well as our 2022 Cox Hero.
Jessica Williams from Ernest Ward Middle School will now be introduced by Tyvanna Bollinger.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start by saying this is Jessica Williams, and she is one of the kindest, smartest, funniest young ladies I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Everyone who meets Jessica would say that she's quiet, but in the best ways possible. Jessica even admits to Miss Gindle, one of our teachers, that one of the things that she's most proud of is that she now says here when the teacher calls attendance. Jessica has been chosen as the Cox Hero recipient because through her shy demeanor, she attracts others who needs a show of kindness, creativity, humor, and intelligence, and she provides just that. You definitely have to work for conversation with Jessica, but it's well worth the work you put in. When Jessica began the 6th grade at Ernest Ward, she often would not speak to peers or adults and sometimes avoided eye contact with those who tried to engage in conversation with her. But Jessica has blossomed into a young person who converses with her friends and teachers, who is confident with her style. She even participated in a school spirit day by wearing a blue glittery dress. She shows off her academic abilities and demonstrates her imaginative, artistic ability to those special enough to see it. Ernest Ward teachers and students are extremely proud of her progress and proud to nominate her as our Cox Hero.
Joey Morrell is next to the stage, and Denny Wilson, principal of Warrington Middle School, will tell us what makes him a hero.
I'm going to start with something that's not in my script because I do not want to forget. Joey is a tuba player in the advanced band, and on Friday of last week, they won Superior and Best in Show. And he plans to, play the tuba at Escambia next year. Joey is kind and caring. He is respectful to his teachers and classmates. Joey at times has had difficulty with social skills, and he has worked really hard this year to overcome them. His hard work and determination have paid off. Joey has been able to improve his overall grades and test scores throughout the year. He is friendly to everyone he meets. He cares about others and is always happy. This is him happy. His Warrington family believes he embodies everything a rocket should be, and that is why Joey Morrell is our Cox Hero.
Kennela Stanley from Ferry Pass Elementary is being introduced by Chandra Salkira.
Kennela is an amazing student who has attended Ferry Pass Elementary since kindergarten. Over the years, she has overcome some academic hurdles, but always seems to come out on top. To say she is a one-of-a-kind would be an understatement. In the past year, Kennela has grown so much academically and socially. She shows up ready to learn and always has the most beautiful smile. Show them. Look. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is admired by her peers and often looked upon for their guidance and support, sometimes whether or not they want it or not, whether they want it. Ferry Pass Elementary is extremely proud of Kennela. We're going to miss her, seeing her smiling face, and she is just a ray of sunshine. I think she was given to me to show me that I'm maybe not as sassy as I thought. She definitely is loved at Ferry Pass Elementary, and we are going to miss her, but we look forward to all the good things that the future has in store for her. So Ferry Pass Middle, be on the lookout, you're getting a good one. So Ferry Pass Elementary is excited and proud to announce Kennela Stanley as our Cox Hero.
Beulah Middle School is next to the stage with their hero, Kaylee Smith. Marietta McCaskill will share her story.
Beulah Middle School is proud to announce that Kaylee Smith as this year's Cox Cable Hero recipient. Kaylee is a 7th grader who has had a difficult living situation. Mrs. Hauser, her math teacher, best sums up Kaylee and why we have chosen her for this award. Ms. Hauser states, and I quote, "I've had the honor of teaching Kaylee for 2 years now. I call it an honor because she is the most optimistic, caring, intelligent young lady I have ever met that is going through so much at such a young age, yet she is a ray of sunshine every day and that I see her. By just looking at her, you would never think about the struggles that she is going through. Despite her being homeless, she manages always to get her work done and be on the AB honor roll. Kaylee never shies away for asking for help if she misses assignments, taking responsibility even when her circumstances are not ideal. Nothing deters her. She loves sharing with me about her family and her visions for the future. During holidays, we made sure we donated to Kaylee and her family so that she too could have a special holiday. She was so excited for her siblings and for her mom. She was so appreciative of all that we had done for them. The fact that a mere adult would probably act completely opposite of Kaylee is admirable in itself. I can think of no one else who deserves this more than Kaylee does. Beulah Middle School couldn't agree more. So Beulah Middle School presents to you Kaylee Smith as our Cox Cable Hero of the Year.
Christiana Bacchus is our next hero. She'll be accompanied to the stage by Principal Liz Greenberg.
Good evening. Pine Meadow Elementary is proud to introduce Christiana Bacchus as our Cox hero. Christiana has shown great fortitude by overcoming extreme personal and family loss. She strives to be her best on a daily basis, and she has persevered, putting forth her best effort through her academic studies regardless of the challenges. Christiana works as a mentor for a kindergarten student, showing so much kindness and compassion. She also nurtures her brothers and sisters in the same way. As we pass them in the hallway, there are always smiles and hugs to give. Christiana is the first to volunteer to help others when in need. She shies away from accolades because to her, it is important to give, not receive. She has persevered through so much in such a short amount of time that we at Pine Meadow Elementary School are proud to support her as our Cox Inspirational Hero.
Holm Elementary's Principal Terry Fina will now introduce Latravion Hardy.
Good evening. Latravion couldn't be here this evening. He is probably at home helping with his siblings, just like he does every day at school with his peers. Latravion is a 5th grader at Holm Elementary, and he is a constant joy to his teachers. He's quiet until you get to know him, and he is very helpful in the classroom. He's had a lot of personal struggles as well as academic struggles that he has overcome this year to become an AB Honor Roll student. He is a bright, shining star at our school, and Reinhardt Holm Elementary is pleased that Latravion Hardy is our Cox Shining Hero.
Leland Remo is the hero from Jim Bailey Middle School. Denise Dean will share his story.
So we selected Leland to be Bailey Middle School's Cox Hero student because he has come a long way in his middle school years. Transitioning into middle school is hard enough for a typical student, but for an atypical student, being on the spectrum can be more challenging. When he came to us in 6th grade, a dean and behavior coach was always being called to his classes because he was being triggered by other students, and his reaction was often to break things. He could be destructive and disruptive, but I gave him a hot pass to guidance and explained how it worked and informed his teachers if he showed the pass to them to come to guidance and everything, for him to cool down. I would catch him there, and I was extremely proud of him when I would catch him there and ask him, "What are you doing in here?" And he would say, "I'm here to cool down." And use his, coping skills. So over the next few years, he was also placed in social skills classes. And I would see him during 8th period, and he would make a point to come talk to me. And when he would see me, he was telling me what he was learning. So his teacher even stated that he was one of the few students who really, really wanted to learn social skills. So he has made friends and integrates well with others. Leland rarely misses school and makes the A honor roll. When he starts at Pensacola High School in the fall in the IB program, he will start off with a 4.0, 2 high school credits for Algebra 1 honors and computer fundamentals.
Up next is Luca Grasa from AK Suter. Teacher Jenna Smith will share his story.
To start, Luca is a very outgoing and loving person. Obviously, he's said hi to everybody. He works really hard in class, despite his own difficulties. He encourages his classmates, and Luca has been diagnosed with Down syndrome, delays in his language skills, and has autism spectrum disorder. Despite the challenges Luca has faced in his life, he has grown so much. He is the top reader in our class. He's the top reader in our class. This school year, he started spelling words on his communication device. Thank you. And his speech has improved so much. Obviously, he wanted to demonstrate that. His motivation has grown so much, and he loves learning new things every day, and gets excited to work with his classmates and try to encourage them. That's his favorite thing. That's how he learns, is he encourages everybody. On top of Luca's growth in academics, he has grown so much socially. Luca is a really loving boy, but his confidence has grown a lot since I've known him even. This is my first year with Luca. He used to be very fearful of meeting new people and being put into new situations. Now he faces change and newness with confidence and excitement. Walking through the halls of school is like a parade, honestly. Every person that we see, he has to go hug and say hi to and try to make their day better. So he loves using his sign language, hugs, and excited squeaks in his voice to tell each and every person that he passes that he's happy to see them and wants to make their day a little better. On our toughest days, Luca will always come to the rescue. You ready?
Weiss Elementary School's Christina James will now introduce us to their hero, Malik Lovitt.
When asked to pick one of my students most deserving of this award, it was obviously Malik. He is the most loving student who always treats everyone at school with the utmost respect. Staff never has to worry about him saying good morning, because it's like, good morning, Miss James, good morning, Miss Kirkland, like the sweetest smile in the morning. Definitely brightens up everybody's day. Throughout the year, he's progressed tremendously with both his social and behavior with school. His ability to avoid conflicts and peers who will lead him down the wrong path has really made his year much better. At the beginning, he was having a rough time staying out of trouble, not getting referrals, but we haven't had any of those in a long time, and I'm so proud of him. He has achieved his end of the year reading goal already and continues to show growth. He actually graduated out of speech and language therapy this year as well. So overall, we're very lucky to have a student like Malik at CA Wise, and we are very proud to give him this award.
Well, I'd like to welcome back to the stage Donna Perry to introduce us to Hope Horizon's secondary hero, Marcus Seward.
Marcus came to Lakeview School Day Support as a second grader in 2016. Since his time within this program, he has grown tremendously in his ability to accept redirection, engage in unpreferred tasks, and effectively communicate his emotions. He has continued to persevere through obstacles thrown at him in his personal and academic life. He has fostered positive relationships with both the staff and his peers. Additionally, he has learned self-advocacy skills and has achieved several of his goals already within the 21-22 school year. On our new campus this year at Hope Horizon, Marcus has flourished into a student leader and role model. He continues to advocate for his peers as we settle into our new space. He has also become the official tour guide for incoming families, campus visitors, and even the superintendent. Marcus plans to transition from the Hope Horizon Phoenixes to Pine Forest Eagles in the fall. Marcus is a prime example of the program offered at Hope Horizon, and we wish him luck in his future academic career.
Martin Buccio from Booker T. Washington High School is our next hero. Accompanying him to the stage is occupational therapist Loretta Meach.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to Martin Buccio. In 3 weeks' time, this young man will walk across the stage to receive his general education diploma with a grade point average of 3.6. He will be the first in his family to achieve this honor. That may not seem extraordinary, but it is. When I first met Martin, he was 4 years old. At that time, he was unable to walk or eat independently due to his cerebral palsy, or speak as he had minimal strength or lung capacity, or understand English as he is a native Spanish speaker. What Martin has is the strongest work ethic and drive I and those of us at Washington have ever witnessed. Even as a little boy, he was always setting a new and higher goal for himself. It all started with learning to eat and walk and speak and learn English, and he did all of that, as you can see. Then it became about using assistive technology or a computer, as he is unable to handwrite efficiently. He was one of the first students back in the old days to have a laptop in kindergarten, the very first kid in district. It was in that early elementary time that he first started talking about graduating from high school. He didn't even know there was such a thing. And he started talking about what did he need to do to get there. He has a drive to succeed. No matter the obstacle, he is relentless in his pursuit of the goal. He is kind, he is polite, and he always tries to assist others even when things are difficult for him. He has an inner passion for learning, always completes his assignments, and does all the extra credit. More than one teacher has said they wish they had more students like Martin. For these reasons, Martin was chosen as Washington High School's Cox Hero, and we just cannot see where this exemplary young man will go in the future. Congratulations.
Melody Garcia is the hero from Workman Middle School. Ms. Estrada will tell us about their hero.
It is an honor for me to present my great student that I've had for 3 years in my ESOL class at Workman. Melody Garcia is a great example of hard work and perseverance. Despite her short life, she has gone through very difficult situations. In addition to learning a new language in a very short amount of time, she helps her mom support the family financially. Melody always pushes herself to do her best in all her endeavors. Melody is consistently inspired to better herself. Having a positive attitude for achievement in all aspects of her life is what inspires Melody to conquer. Melody Garcia is Workman Middle School's Cox Hero, and I'm so proud of her. No he terminado. Esto es para mamá. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish for Melody's from Costa Rica, and mom's family in Costa Rica probably would like to hear this in Spanish. So, lo que dije es que Melody es un gran ejemplo de trabajo y esfuerzo y perseverancia, a pesar de su corta vida, que es tan joven, y ha pasado por situaciones difíciles como la mudanza aquí, aprender un nuevo idioma, y ella ha mantenido siempre una buena actitud, positiva actitud, trabajando junto con su madre y para salir adelante, y estamos muy orgullosas de ella. Gracias.
Molly McDaniels from Cordova Park Elementary School will introduce us to their hero, Nigel Goromo.
It's my honor to introduce you to Nigel. He is my student this year. Nigel was a new student to our school and to our state of Florida at the beginning of this school year. He spent the last 1.5 years braving the pandemic in New York City. Moving to a new state alone can be a lot for a kid. But Nigel, not only did he have to acclimate to a new state and a new school, but he also had to acclimate to a classroom environment all over again. Nigel was used to having teachers and friends through a screen. This year, he has paved the way for himself to grow, to mature, and to succeed. Nigel is such a role model. I mean that. He is such a role model no matter the adversity that has been thrown his way. And he has had some. No matter what, he strives to give his best to others at all times. He is the type of student that every teacher dreams of having. He is coachable, he's friendly, he's kind-hearted, and he has a really great sense of humor. Nigel is a student that wants to learn. I mean, not all students do, and he truly, truly wants to, and he desires to achieve all he can. That is why he is Cordova Park's hero.
Bellevue Elementary School names Monique Daniels as their hero, and Stephanie Diaz will share the story.
Monique couldn't be present tonight, but I'm going to take a second to brag on her anyway. Monique has made great strides during her time at Bellevue Elementary. She always has a smile on her face and tries to be a friend to all students she comes in contact with. She works hard to be a leader in and out of the classroom. This year, Monique lost her dad, but continued to be a positive light to others, especially her little brother. She has taken special interest in making sure he is doing his best in school. Monique was chosen because of her positive attitude, especially in the face of such a tough year. She was also chosen because of the excellent example she sets for her peers and the improvements she has made in her behavior over the years at Bellevue Elementary.
Nicholas Stallworth is next to the stage with Dawn Bechtel from MacArthur Elementary School.
And we've got his two besties with him. Nicholas has come a long way since the beginning of the school year. When school started, Nicholas did not play or interact with his peers at all. He also had limited interaction with adults. In the classroom, Nicholas would sit at his desk and refuse to do anything but play on his computer. He would at times go to the small group table, but no other students could sit at the table with him without him becoming upset. Nicholas would have a difficult time controlling his emotions if the other students sat near or touched the things he was using. Now Nicholas calls his classmates friends. He loves to play and give them hugs. Nicholas is also now doing a great job sharing with his friends. He also enjoys giving his teachers hugs, winking, and telling them "love you." Working at the small group table with his teachers and friends is now one of his favorite activities. He does work at the table now and will usually go to all 3 rotations before getting on the computer. Nicholas's communication skills have improved greatly as well. At the beginning of the year, he would only have one-word utterances, and he was mostly unintelligible. Nicholas would become extremely upset and frustrated when he wasn't understood. He's now speaking 2 to 3 word utterances, raising his hand, and getting most of his needs met through communication. He now laughs and smiles throughout most of the day. He is such a happy boy now and has shown all of us how much he is capable of despite his social and communication barriers. Thank you.
West Florida High School Administrator Jeff Anderson tells us why Oscar Cano Gask is their hero.
Good evening. It's my privilege to introduce Oscar Cano Gask as our Cox Heroes Award winner for 2022. Oscar has been a fixture on our campus since the fall of 2018 and will graduate later this month. When he was born, doctors told his mother that he would not walk, but he's done much more than that. Whether it was running a fun run, learning how to ride a big trike, or giving the other team all they could stand on a paintball field, he's done all of it. In 23 years, I've never seen a student happier to get his driver's license. He inspires all of us daily with his quiet determination, always with a smile on his face. We are proud to have him be our Cox Hero for this year and cannot wait to see him graduate. Thank you.
Alexis Quick from Sherwood Elementary will now tell us about their hero, Piper Dumovich.
We have Piper Dumovich. She has been a Sherwood Archer since January of 2019 when she moved here from Washington State. Her father was in the military, so they moved to quite a few different places, learning to adjust all along the way. Early on, she struggled with reading, but through this, she never gave up on herself. Her hard work and determination helped her achieve and continue to excel in great things. Tragically and unexpectedly, in November of 2020, her father passed away. She remains strong through the pain and continues to persevere as a student. What I love about Piper is that she is so passionate and involved in her school at Sherwood. She is a true leader. She assists her guidance counselor with the backpack program and is a star anchor on the morning news. When she found out that she was on the news crew, she worked overtime to practice for the job, even asking her mom for feedback on her performances. She is a role model student in the classroom and an ace on the softball field. All of this to shine light on how Piper found success by overcoming any and everything that came her way. She continues working hard to make her father and her family very proud. We at Sherwood are extremely proud to call Piper Dumovich our Cox Hero Award of the Year for her courage and determination to succeed.
Inslee Elementary School's Milagros Sessions will now introduce us to their hero, Said Rodriguez Ishaguirres.
Good evening. I'm Milagros, and I'm from Ensley Elementary. This is Said, and he is an 11-year-old fifth grader who attends Ensley Elementary. Said tiene 11 años y está en quinto grado. This young man has overcome many adversities to include the language barrier. Ha tenido que sobreponer la barrera del lenguaje. He traveled from Honduras with his father to avoid horrific, dangerous living conditions in search for a better life. Dejó su país para un futuro mejor y en los Estados Unidos eso es lo que ha encontrado. He reached Texas, where he was in an encampment until his uncle was reached and made arrangements to reunite them. Estuvo en un campamento, y ya saben cómo son los campamentos, por unos varios meses en lo que encontraron el tío. Said never lost hope and always kept in mind on the goal of going to school and learning English. Siempre quiso aprender el inglés y el meta de eso lo ha logrado. After a period of only 5 months, which seemed an eternity, this young man has learned English, is a stellar math student, and he also is a stellar example of what it is to persevere. Él, después de 5 meses, ha aprendido el inglés, ha superado las matemáticas y ha sido un ejemplo de lo que es un estudiante, echarle ganas y sobrevenir todas las adversidades que le dieron. Said was enrolled in school, and since enrolling in school, he's exceeded our expectations. He's learned English at a record pace, and he is excelling in mathematics. He is a kind soul who always puts everyone's needs in front of his own. He is a mathematic whiz, and he will often be found assisting other students. Desde que está en la escuela, ha sobrevenido todo lo que le han puesto delante, y es un estudiante ejemplar que ha aprendido el inglés, superar todas las adversidades y sabe la matemática, que se ha puesto a dar clases de matemática. Said can often be found helping his peers in English translation and providing clarification to anyone who needs this. Said would like to grow up to be a police officer in order to help people in need. Él quiere, cuando sea mayor, poder ser un oficial de la policía para poder ayudar a los demás que lo necesiten. This young man has a giving heart, and I cannot wait to see this rising star soar. Tiene un corazón de oro y estoy muy orgullosa de él. Thank you.
Shantavia Washington is the hero from Warrington Elementary School, and Tim Rose will tell us why.
I'm sorry you don't get to meet Shantavia this evening. She's a wonderful inspiration to all of us. In fact, she's an inspiration to her teachers and her peers as well at school. Her dedication and commitment to her academic and social goals serve as a role model for our entire school. Shantavia comes to school ready to learn every day. In fact, our motto at school is better and brighter every day, and she embodies that motto. Despite academic struggles, she pushes through and strives for excellence. She takes ownership of her learning and sets the example for her peers. In addition to her strong work ethic, she is the epitome of compassion and empathy for others. She treats everyone with kindness and respect. She focuses on what matters and avoids harmful behaviors like teasing and gossiping. Warrington Elementary is proud to have Shantavia Washington as our Cox hero.
Sophia Escobar will now be introduced by Navy Point teacher Dove Day.
Good evening. Navy Point is proud to recognize Sophia Escobar as our Cox Student Hero. Sophia and her sister are being raised by their father, who works hard to provide for his family. She and her sister continue to persevere with a smile, all while Sophia maintains her focus on academics. She comes to school with a positive attitude and gives 100% effort each day. She is always helping classmates when and where she can. She is a strong leader at her table and within her grade level. Sophia is a teacher's dream. In spite of the outside factors that could have been obstacles towards her academic success, Navy Point is proud to present Sophia Escobar as its 2022 Cox Student Hero.
TJ Oliver is Global Learning Academy's hero. Patricia Kasnavet shares the story.
Tejan, or TJ, is nothing short of a walking miracle. In May of 2020, TJ's home caught fire due to faulty wiring in the clothes dryer. Badly burned on the majority of his body and suffering internal organ damage as well, he spent months away from home in the Shriners Burn Hospital in Texas. TJ spent long days and many hours recovering from surgeries, enduring physical therapy, and missing family and friends. Finally, after more than a year, TJ was able to return to school. Every day he inspires all with whom he spends time. TJ doesn't let anything steal an infectious smile off his face or a kind word from his lips. He is strong, he perseveres, and he works tirelessly to overcome not only his physical challenges, but also to catch up on the studies he missed during treatments. In all his years of school, TJ has had an A in citizenship, and it's easy to see why. Global Learning Academy is immensely proud to have Tejan Oliver as part of our Global Learning Academy family and name him as our Cox Hero of the Year.
Pensacola High School named Tam Nguyen their hero, and Sarah Jo Ridgway will share the story.
In 2017, only 5 years ago, Tam Nguyen arrived in the United States as an immigrant from Vietnam. Tam was in the 8th grade at the time, and she knew very little English. In school, she was placed in the ESOL program. In this program, Tam had to work extremely hard to overcome her language barrier, all while adjusting to a new life in the United States. After only 3 years in ESOL, Tam tested out in 2020 and was released from the program. She was determined to understand and speak English fluently. Now, as a senior in high school, Tam is at the top of her class. She has a 3.86 grade point average, and she has taken many honors level and dual enrollment courses. In addition to her academics, she was also an involved member of our ROTC program for 2 years. Furthermore, Tam's personal strengths are just as remarkable as her accomplishments. She has an active, outgoing presence with a great sense of humor, and she is definitely a student who brightens the days of those around her. Tam has excelled at Pensacola High School, and it is hard to believe that only a short 5 years ago she was a new immigrant to the United States. Tam is a student who exemplifies strength, grit, determination, and courage, which is why she was chosen as our Cox Inspirational Student Hero. Thank you.
Ferry Pass Middle School, Darius Lewis is our next hero. School counselor Kimberly Warren will share his story.
Good afternoon. Determined, tenacious, and hardworking are just a few words to describe Darius Stephen Lewis. This school year, his family suffered the tragic loss of his older brother. Darius has persevered through this tragedy while maintaining good grades and keeping his academic education at the forefront. He has a learning disability, but that doesn't stop him. However, He still tries his very best. Darius is always putting his greatest efforts forward in order to complete his assignments. In fact, he didn't want to miss school today, so he stayed at school. And school doesn't get out for middle school until 4:15, so he hasn't made it here yet. Although Darius is quiet and reserved, he is always willing to help his peers and his teachers in whatever ways he can assist. Darius stated, "People have different views about things and feelings about situations, but I encourage everybody to stay strong. You can make it." Ferry Pass Middle School is honored and proud to have chosen Darius Stephen Lewis as the Cox Inspirational Hero for Ferry Pass Middle School.
Escambia High School is the next to introduce us to their hero, Tiana Jose. Here's Elizabeth Cook.
It is a tremendous honor and privilege to write this nomination of Tiana Hosea to receive the Cox Inspirational Student Hero Award. Tiana is an amazing student and person and is more deserving of this nomination. She arguably has the best work ethic and attitude of any high school student over the past decade. Tiana never complains, is never late on anything, and always turns in quality work despite her struggles. Her writing is superb and her ability to work at a high level is unmatched, but perhaps the greatest thing about Tiana is her attitude. She takes everything in stride and always seems to have a smile. She is very quiet and humble and would never claim the lavish praise she is being showered with now, but that is why Tiana is so deserving of this nomination and all future recognition. Tiana was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, a fatal brain tumor, when she was 11 years old. Tiana overcame multiple brain surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation. Despite these barriers that Tiana has been faced with, she has managed to keep a weighted GPA of 2.42 throughout her high school career. She has excelled past expectations in all academic areas and will be graduating this year. Tiana's high school teachers sing her praises and are proud of her and her accomplishments over the years. The staff at Escambia High School is thrilled to nominate Tiana for the Cox Inspirational Student Hero Award, and we look forward to seeing what she does and accomplishes after high school graduation. Congratulations, Tiana.
Jim Allen Elementary School teacher Heidi Hall will now introduce us to their hero, Uriel Travazo.
I've had to revamp my speech a few times because I keep hearing all these wonderful words about all these amazing students, and I feel safe saying that Uriel embodies all of these words. He is the most responsible 10-year-old, 5th grade young man I think I've ever known. He is always prepared for class. He is the only student in our 5th grade class to earn a 100% all 4 quarters in citizenship, while maintaining an AB honor roll status also. He is an extremely kind and helpful young man to his classmates and respectful to all of the entire school, quite honestly. I've often said that I wish I could clone Uriel. I would take a whole class full of this young man. I am super proud of him, and I look forward to amazing accomplishments from this young man.
Our final hero of the afternoon comes from the Success Academy. Let's welcome Samaya Turner and Principal Dawn Gibbs.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce Samaya Turner as our Cox Student of the Year. After getting off to a somewhat rocky start at West Florida, Samaya came to Success to get things back on track, and that is exactly what she has done. During this school year, she has improved her GPA by almost a full point, been recognized as the Student of the Month in February, and encouraged many of her classmates to strive to improve. Her teachers describe her as amazing, a hard worker, and say she has an incredibly positive attitude. We are so proud of the positive changes you have made and look forward to your graduation at the end of this month. Samaya will be attending FAMU in the fall and will be pursuing a degree in early childhood education.
How about another round of applause for these outstanding young people? Before I close, I would once again like to thank everybody for coming out today. Thank you again to the the schools, to the administration and the teaching staff, faculty at the schools for your help in submitting your nominations. And again, if I misspelled anything on a certificate or medallion or anything, please let me know and that will get corrected. Thank you again to our elected officials for being here, Superintendent Smith as well. And if y'all didn't notice, we have a few cameras in the back. This has also been recorded. It's going to air on our YourView channel, which is channel 2 here in Escambia County, but we're also going to put it on YouTube. And as soon as I have that link ready, I will send it to the schools so that you guys can share it with anyone that you like. But this concludes the 2022 Cox Inspirational Student Hero Awards. Thank you so much for being here.